Dear students, let us continue the 8th chapter controlling. In previous class we have discussed controlling meaning, definition and importance and also limitations of controlling. With that we have studied difference or comparison of planning and controlling. Okay, so let us see the next concept of controlling, that is controlling process. So students, controlling chapter is very important chapter for your examination, so study and also be a focus towards the all the concepts related to controlling. Okay, so let us start controlling for process. So controlling is a systematic process involving the following steps. In controlling process there are some of the 5 important steps are there, so let us see which are those. First step, that is setting performance standards. Second step, measurement of actual performance. Third step, comparison of actual performance with standards. Fourth step, analyzing deviations. And last, fifth step, that is taking corrective action. So these are the 5 steps which plays a very important role of controlling process. Controlling process is based on mainly 5 steps. Okay, so let us start in detail what these steps says. So first step, that is setting performance standards. Here in simple we can clarify these steps that in first step you have to be set some of the standards of your business organization. Whatever the standards are there, first you have to set them. After setting the standards, you have to measure the performance of that measurement of actual performance, that says second step. After setting the standards, then you are going to measure the performance. After that you have to make the comparison of performance with standards. Whatever the standards you are going to set, you have to measure the performance. After measuring the performance, you have to move to the next step, that is you have to make the comparison of actual performance with standards. After comparison, then you have to analyze the deviations, whether if the deviations are to be arises, then you have to analyze them. After analyzing the deviations, then you have to take the correct action. Taking corrective action, that is the fifth step. This is what the process says. So let us see in detail all the steps. Okay, so first step, that is setting performance standards. So this process or this step says that the first step of the controlling process, that is setting performance standards. So here standards are the criteria against which actual performance would be measured. So in this step you are going to set the standards which are criteria against which actual performance will be measured. Means whatever the standards you are going to set, it helps to measure the performance of the standards. And standards serve as benchmarks towards which an organization strives to work. Why are going to set the standards? Because the organization helps to take the work of the employees. Means whatever the standards you are going to frame or whatever the standards you are going to set of your business organization, it helps the organization to strive to work. That we can say here. Standards serve as benchmarks towards which an organization strives to work. And standards should be flexible enough to be modified whenever required. So, when the standards are to be set up, it should be flexible to modify if there is any necessary to make the modifications. Then the standards are to be modified whenever required. So in every business organization, we can say that when the standards are set, in some situations, if it requires to make the modifications, then it can be made. That here we can say in the first step. So first step you have to make the set the standards of your business organization, which is helpful to measure the performance, and the standards move towards the organization strives to work, and also if required then you can make the modifications of that standards also. Okay, this is the first step. Next, step 2, that is measurement of actual performance. After completion of the first step, when you are going to set the standards, after setting the standards you have to make the measurement of a particular or actual performance. So here the second step is measurement of actual performance. Performance should be measured in an objective and reliable manner. When you are going to make the measurement of the performance, it should be in an objective and reliable manner. It's in a correct manner, that you have to make the measurement in an accurate manner, that we can say here. Okay. Next, that is performance should be measured in the same units in which standards are set, as this would make their comparison easier. Here we can say here, when you are going to measure the performance, here we can take as an example of production department. When the quality of products are to be when you are going to make the production, if the production is to be made with a good quality products, you have to measure the performance of a particular work. Here we can say performance should be measured in the same units in which standards are set, as this would make their comparison easily. Means when you are going to make the performance measurement, it should be in a same units which helps same units in which standards are to be set. Means the combination of standards and performance should be in a same unit. That makes easy to make the comparison. Understood? So first step we can say here, you have to set the standards. After setting the standards, you have to make the measurement of the performance. So it should be in a same unit. Setting the standards and measurement of performance should be in a same units. Why? Because it is helpful to make the comparison easier. Comparison in the sense it moves towards the third step that we can see here. Comparing actual performance with standards. So this step involves comparison of actual performance with the standards. So here we can say that when you are going to make the measurement of the performance, it should be equal or it should be having the same unit to make the comparison with standards. Means performance and standards should be in a same unit. Then only you can easy to make the comparison. So comparison will reveal the deviations between actual and desired results. So why are you going to make the comparison? Because it helps to reveal the deviations. It helps to reveal the deviations between actual performance and desired results. So get the accurate result, you have to make the comparison of performance with standards. That helps to reveal the deviations. So comparison becomes easier when standards are set in quantitative terms. So when you are going to set the standards which are in a quantitative terms, then easily we can make the comparison of actual performance with standards, which is more helpful to identify the deviations also. Okay, after completion of the third step, that is comparing the actual performance with the standards, then you are going to move to the fourth step, that is analyzing deviations. So analyzing deviations is nothing but after completion of the comparing step, then you are going to identify the deviations if it arises in any process. So here analyzing deviations is the fourth step. In this step you are going to see deviation in performance can be expected in all activities. Deviation in performance. When you are going to make the measurement of the performance, here we can say deviation in performance can be expected in all activities. In whatever activities you are going to do, in every activity, it should be expected that deviations are to be arises. It is important to determine the expectable range of deviations. In fourth step, that is analyzing deviations, there are 2 points are to be considered. One, that is critical point control, then management by exceptions. So here we can see first point, that is critical point control. Here we are going to make the analyzing the deviations. In that, first you have to control over the deviations. That control should focus on key result areas, that we can say as a KRAs, key result areas, which are critical to the success of an organization. These KRAs are set as the critical points. Analyzing the deviation says that it should be control over, that you should be focus on KRAs which are critical to the success of an organization. So to make the successful of your business organization, you should focus on key result areas. These are the set as the critical points. And next, analysis of deviations, that management by exceptions, that it is often referred to as control by exception. It is an important principle of management control based on the belief that an attempt to control everything, nothing. So here we can say it is one of the important principle to control the management, which is based on the attempt to control everything. Means by management exception, here it says that when you are going to analyze the deviations, if you are going to control over the activities, that helps the management to control everything. When you are going to make the control, then easily you can move towards the successful way. That we can say it is one of the important principle of management. So here we can say it is necessary to identify the exact cause of deviations, failing which an appropriate corrective action might not be possible. It says that analyzing deviations is very necessary. Why? Because to identify the exact cause of deviations, which helps to identify the deviations with the help of controlling process. This is about the fourth step. Next, last step, that is fifth step, taking corrective action. When you are going to make the analyzing the deviations, after identifying the deviations, in last step you are going to make the correction of that deviations. So the final step in the controlling process is taking corrective action. What you are going to analyze? Analyzing the deviations. After analyzing the deviations, you are going to move towards the fifth step, that you have to make the correction of that analysis, or you have to take the corrective action. What action you are going to take that helps to make, or that helps to take the correct decisions. No corrective actions is required when the deviations are within acceptable limits. If there is no more deviations arises, if there is having a limited deviations, then there is no necessary to take any corrective actions. If after analyzing the deviations, if you get the more or number of deviations are to be arises, then it is necessary to take the corrective actions. If there is having only limited deviations, then there is no necessity to take any corrective actions. So here it should be said that no corrective action is required when the deviations are within acceptable limits. Corrective action might involve training of employees if the production target could not be met. Corrective actions, it helps to involve training of employees. Why? Because if you are going to train the employees to reduce the deviations, then easily you can increase the performance of the employees, you can increase the target of the production. It is more helpful to increase the or to make the growth of your business organization. On that basis, we can say here controlling plays a very important role, and also in that controlling process is also very important. So in that there are mainly 5 steps are there. First you have to set the standards. After setting the standards, you are going to take or you are going to make the measurement of the performance. After measuring the performance, then you have to make the comparison of actual performance with standards. Then after comparison, you have to analyze the deviations. After analyzing the deviations, you have to take corrective actions. So these are the 5 important steps in controlling process. First, setting performance standards. Set the standards. Measurement of actual performance. Have to make the measurement of performance. After measuring the performance, you have to make a comparison of both them. Comparison of actual performance with standards. After comparison, you have to make the analyzing deviations. After analyzing the deviations, you have to take the corrective actions. So these are the 5 important steps of controlling process. So today I have completed the controlling process. Next, you are going to study techniques of controlling in next class. Thank you.